Yo, Yamamo Aquaba Stronkoso Eba POG Media. So Mr. So be subscribe, like you media and share Nema Afofro and so answer in can be kindly click on the notification bell so send a be the news be to platform no so one so one the air call and the air by young quay and some near fan some do donano and brewa ye bo Eddie era a year Joseph a Yamin aswa ye na ya him say a year nan saying a year minds ho sense bi anase Galmasey ho insense bi ebae ebebo eyi owura ya na enya asem keto na ya yi nimada na enrada eye the attorney eye general AG eye doctor anase Mr. eye Ayen anase Ayeni ode eye let bi ba bonten a one Joseph Yamin ene NDC abanga wasamon omo achese enya agrokra na odin sam dodo na atudwa efa sansensem we hu expose enioma bebre aka no kre ni nyina yenko ne konkoti.
I always say reason with me, let me know. But you don't go behind. Watching the panel, we are feeling a politician number. Oh, mini panel no me say. And I was just sending them. When I want to do something, I do it. Until that time, the email was that Yamin, your mind, in fact, radio, colleague Nibi. But meeting as well, free me site, it was all lies. You may any year and investigations into it. Some back home to me, but hazards of the job, you know, and I just take it. Of course, we'll be behind someone. They know the person they have to call. It's my problem. This will be the answer. Into me, my person, my boy will be changed. What I will get from M1. And if your honor will be any issue, now or by the fact that we are assisting the person to go through the legal means of getting himself out of it doesn't make me a minor. No. Who say I want to start this agenda. And the very from the video be by 10 days. Meanwhile, it's an old video, MPP video, and almost other banner voice at 2 actually look at Yamin's site. The first time I drove a Tundra, and yet driving Metana Tundra was in 2019. Professor Nanama me Tundra na me ko gin nyoma ama no ko contest and nyoma bi a wato instead so be deliver no Accra no be deliver no Kumasi and so I have to rush and come and pick me pick up so to me find nyoma and she had a Tundra and I picked the Tundra, came to Kumasi, picked the nyoma and moved to Central Region. That was the first time I sat in a Tundra and drove a Tundra. But me minister, you see me go site where me the Tundra, and then come. It was news baby. But me put that not to talk of some year me drive. Yeah, Baba, the same thing. Video then Yamin site ni look at what Yamin is doing. There could be, but through a stage where I ignore a lot of things. What can we have? So I mean, this is part of. And it shaking me because it affected me. Me wa buy mu and cause I news we about down. Oh no, you're the okra now for because news we are by there. China decision by na government be na ebitiki. I'm not in government, so cause I don't care about it. But who said there's a certain agenda. For the first time, we issue a disclaimer to the story. I did some interviews on it. Fortunately, media houses need to pick news item at the disclaimer news even Saturday and Sunday. Now all the websites had news about the disclaimer that I'm not doing mining. I'm not behind any tax force that is illegally extorting monies or something. Only for Monday, now headlines in the media for us today. Because you say that story where they rejoined and crab and the story of that alleged group now or make key statement. And disclaimer no cover that story. I want to say it's an agenda because they ignored the rejoinder. I know what this story now because I had and media has no friends. I go to phone say if I would talk on this matter, I'll talk to you. Fortunately, me back Kumasi. So I won't speak to any media house. Maybe I cannot cry me can't crave in because I don't think it merits my time. But could you? There's a serious agenda behind the Omoyan story. No, a wabontin press release no more. The number now I said at the end and press release number. I was one small scale minus one number. It doesn't exist. So I asked myself, say, journalists know me a story no. Number ben no but the confirm story no my no. Because the only number that exists and judgment. Yakoto number be near the ato ofra enko uye bibia enko. Story so the onya, especially when it's not a press conference. A press release. Opesa story now you have to confirm the story. Until you confirm no we na ma omutimi ye MPP newspapers in na enra akobasa story. And you one. So we are gradually closing in. Because you fast we in fani agrokra. Now if it's a rejoined I know would have killed whatever mischief and on person, but so call my no coil. We I'll let them know that security and Suanoka Otia, that person is going to be picked, and we are best stretching it to the elastic point. Etia and from with me, Doctor No Mapam. Things they are. No, you see, sometimes a do beer, Mama, and we are closing in on 2 journalists from Ashanti region. So meet you because everybody knows I'm coming here, and so my can say they will say 2 journalists from Ashanti region, very close in getting them to tell us who that man is. Non chere why we press release we are on the fake number na be den e beto ase. We are we go another step. So the international among from fan say me how far no why me to Isaac be friend. It was Isaac who Isaac. Onya story no friend. Isaac was American in Newa, was one of just a few people who, to me, a reason why I should do a rejoinder. Isaac to our culture. Well, can't remember, I just leave these people, meaning whatever. But he was able to talk sense to me, say, just do it, because it was very important. And for the first time, I listened to him. And me crano who be me de me phone ta wa kan wi me ne to say ana me chiro phone no say me problem ba ko so we as ne say minim proofreading minim editing ti me chiro ya na me de ko ti me wi kra so wade wo bobia na ayi me bo hard za ko bo hand ti ma for kra draw my attention Facebook is a word nanka ope hard, but that's a hand and and because I didn't get time to sit and write. I'm trying just to kill the mischief. But some mischief, it was well calculated, well planned, and could you not let this matter die? I have started all the steps getting closer to those behind. Because number one, could you issue about Galmasey task force? Any of the decision. There's a task force from Lands Ministry. There's a task force from local and national security. There's a task force from the police. And none of this will be taking a decision as to how they are going to move account. Two, we need any group. Sometimes when they see me, people are surprised. Say they see Yamin alone. Dog, who see me on I na me share ewura mu hono na me ni pa na do me no ani e ko yikubi no ni o ma bi ho ko ye no ko gina inside amu se o jafu sa o drive ai Prado Kenya de kitwa o ko we no still the level na I hear I got this say na me drive car dey don't go your car say we move na the last can obi am ai eti na me hey baby I don't level don't change o gina no me kwa na ko jo bat unim say ye penipa or one nipa pa. Yamin is one of them. And he said, "Me kwana na ma task force no me de drum na ye." So me de nipa na kwako ye task force eh there. I would want to find out almost say task force no soldier for ni police for bi na me de omo atiasi kuro no mu na omo ye ade ana se de na nipa dodo sen na eba me ho say I bet you if I say if I don't know any of these things. A year be I say, a papa be a free. Now, a year nothing, so you need Bako. In fact, one head of the task force for Lands Ministry. You didn't answer etna baras and a papa dinner. A few. Nti na se no se ajo. Ye kokko ye operation bi. Our Western region. FM 96. Chini panu ye o se site na ye. Wodia. Nam so mo chi no o se ai. How long was it? 3 weeks. Nam se na me site na watching 3 weeks. One time. Enye ye asia. How do you am for the grano mo chia. We call you and say, is there any way of na me dear and I'm watching one in can so yes, and they were surprised. Yes, so Mushia will be a site no say me frame number 1 when you me a chini pakron because so chin na ye me a mefro but there be an old frame no me and you will not get me no I ni pa no ye the oil arrest the person obi a wodi medin bia cheno chini we na ye me ampa I'll call you. But the second point is that me person me your mine is it a crime? A crime. Would I be the first politician to be doing mining? So I don't know man it is an input me Yamin is doing something that is untoward. 2 person me your mining would you mean me to say I help people go through their legal process in securing concessions in the area and in licensing to operate. It's an issue here. For large scale concession then people have invaded the concession. difficult, but it came to my attention. Last scale for no grounds, I feel no more go through processes to get and to be able to mine. So don't worry, I'll help you people. Number one, you have to get an EPA permit before you can start the process of Minerals Commission, operational license and whatever. So that you make the investors number to do proper mining, employ a lot of our people. I'll help you do that. No more to me papers, no more so that government bet me the powers to protect that land for you. But as it stands now, and the miners, when they invade it, it's difficult to get them out. Because my team are very close in getting a Minerals Commission license. Is it difficult to get all these licenses and move in out there and go and do it? Must I do illegal mining to survive? You catch them? My appointment to a buying home, it's not party. So even if I want to do illegal mining, obviously you will be buying with me or what the balls to enter where I am doing mining. So sometimes when I hear some of these things, people say, what is really the rationale behind it? Is it just because they want to tarnish Yamin's image? They want to put something out there? Is it also because in the party today, the level of trust our party for the level of confidence they have, sometimes also a threat to people within the same party. And to me, when it's a two-way approach, one from the MPP side, another from our own side, and they come together to want to do this. But I want to send it out clearly. Say, we just send you a beer. Now you know, but yeah, can now we're there. Now we dream. Me say, Quayam first, so I'm who Nanka Mania Catao. Metuana, hey, you need to pay. Metanian was, hey, I'm Pams are going. Oh, yeah, you need to pay. Attention, no, you're prompting. No, I deal with you. Was it? Make me approach and then 3 beautiful kids from her. And me, maybe I am the 4% prompt me say, I mean, you are wasting time because there's too much money in the mining sector moving there. And yes, I'm a full Yes, I know people draw my attention by these stories. And this I mean, this is POG. It has nothing to do. I don't do it. We are happy that I'm able to help a lot of people. Some of the task force operations, no, it doesn't make sense. And Numbia again say young Kasa because Kasa Ayana a sign almost sign Chiano Aqua to say open so say or a man for Nimdi or Muyade or more. There's a miner here. I will be a Nimse or year Juma. By year Juma under MPP. In fact, or more contribute to NDC in 2024. Sani Pawi on also Kakao. The campaign manager for the president. No more here an office in Ashanti region to collect resource. Sani Pawi American Hwasen. And no mobilize some of me friends within the mining sector. And no mujiska J Dine a fantasy mu a dinoma goom a year to be at the point. You are make so almost a any money how it is a more Sika when we are working watching no party never power no Munya sama yenya ho nambe de. Mobeba. Meanwhile, when you get the resources, move it out there. The chief of staff, Professor Alabi, were the leaders they were dealing with. Yeba Power, Julius Debra is the chief of staff. Or you're overloaded with work to the extent that it's not easy for you to have access to him. Professor Alabi is the board chairman for Ghana Commercial Bank. Since I obey board chairman, on see party meeting, I said, and ye no na ye closer, ye bet me a friend or be far near Dinkoma. Could you be our boy? Be difficult for that person having access. This task force about sisters and machine 7. And yes, there be a no side to a packet. It's sure because yes, baby or Muya Jumano. It's not the place they work to my young machines at the party or Buama party no ebedia bang. Sankrofoni be a chief of staff, the entire country. Government appointee Biashanaseno. The commercial bank, the largest bank in Ghana. They be our more branch the board chairman na who they are today as a result of Sankrofo activities. That chiwo machines are me no can say 2 months. So they don't have access to the chief of staff to go and complain. They don't have access to Professor Alabi because it's too difficult getting him. I didn't say omunya omusika no omanfa and support to brand but I went all out to want to get omunyoma released to them. Freelance and forestry minister. They shouldn't push us to start to talk. My friend, I'm saying, well, this is the difficulty. We are not operations now, you may not know, but there are some individuals be within them. Nobody is encouraging that. Let them do illegal mining. But a chill machine, there are processes you go through and get those things out. Mr. T, I may bought microphone contribution. A lance minister said, Commander, I beg you, I'm in a meeting. When I finish the meeting, I'll call you. 2 months in this affair, no frame here. And their machines are still back there. Officers are assembling a deep party for a year. Sunday, Friday, then I had a call. IGP team, Ashanti Regional Moye mine. The typical mining constituencies, almost both executives, NDC, MPP now Moye. Then I receive a call. A woman organizer, then a communication officer. Almost machine security as I park a coach. So, what is happening? So I called the police person who says one or no more fortunately minimum. Now my friend was a true say machines in the in not mining site. But more trackers, they use drones and the machine appear free mining site are still being picked because they are tracking. And the American the young fire no more but if I can talk to the main man to come in, because again as I the tension here then so I called the IGP to want to, and he was explaining the difficulties. I mean, this is all of us, our operation, and I'm saying and then nipani nana ye foul monyomo ye seize you. We can stop them from working because maybe omuye adwuma say you say forest. But say o say wasa jini bibia na wo de na ka the class of people who didn't want to see you as a minister, as a CEO, as a chief executive or whatever. Because you're wrong. There should be some separation. I mean, Dr. T.K. I was saying to me, who is a doctor? And I'm a politician. There should be the clear sign. So, but the idea need. That is the maybe tenacity are not Nippon Unity for Dr. Uma meeting. And a politicians who as of Uzuma, what tenacity I will go with Sini Trazi Wakateneni. Now, Kata when in once and a 2 months. Obey them. And also, and there should be a difference. Could you be adwuma ya omo yesi aye gu no e na ama obi yesi o ne o e na ama President Mahama aye minister o. Let me tell you this, see, sometimes there's somebody and you know what we did with all the behind the scenes. It's no so NDC. No. Me Yamin am here BBA man NDC power. But I played
you played your role, you played your part now.
But there are certain things that it be a risky more than a behavior. So there's this man who helped a lot, in fact, Ejuma contributed to our victory.
Yo gusua uhwe dwumadie no edemaye ofamie no ene ebewuram no Joseph Yamin etwaso ede ensam dodo na ayede etudwa na chese enya agro ensam de obroso bi pa expose ni oma bebre aye bepese yebekọ na yakọ akwakotie eye ensam a ode tudwa
adwuma bi wo ebusua aban which would deserve to omo the man only for him to call back and say yes our friend said adwuma no Unjai. So what is the reason? Also, man can be behind there. So I called the minister. I Now I realized that they were in a meeting. That was where they took that decision. Phone, you say security. When I'm calling you now, the phone to speaker. I know. Will be frame or Casams my friend, and I will share them on our frame aside the phone not to speak. I got that thing. If you are so, I want to desire. I said, me present Mounds, Nipato and China, I didn't catch them. The old person would take by putting it. I'll be my friend, and you'll be my friend, or start or recognizing Massa record. I don't know. But when I called the minister, he was making sense to me. The reason here almost in Nipano, Monfa, the Jumani and to work no go through a certain process. The minister was making sense to me. To work as and I'm so okay, but okay, then that's fine. That's fine. The last point was say, Commander, and they call me Commander, we knew why. So Commander, and I'm say, Minister, do you really know this man? One and who said 6.5. The next question of Enya Papa. And I say, yes, I know him. So, but they say he's a criminal. Some who say, contract now say on found to follow. Because somebody had gone to tell the man's true nature. Okay, and I say, yes. That man is a criminal. I know. Another one to tell me he's a criminal. But it is because of that criminal that you are a minister if you don't know. You have more power with us of holding PhD in theology. 2024 man, sorry, me sorry them. Just to let the NDC win power. So that is a criminal. But it is because of him you are a minister. And I bet Nasi Naya genuine people to give them job this country. Man is a only people. The person who is telling you is a criminal, no, say you want one county minister. Now let me tell you, say contract we say uncle criminal no wa obi anya we say had that. If that is the reason why you won't give that contract, but we know that's how I fight.
But that's why you are always in trouble.
That is the point.
You are always in trouble.
Yeah, because I hate. Say obi aya de ani ntuanka. I hate it. I sit down and I weep. Nipa way. And then the one who says, "How are you, Galmasey?" Ono naji office amo atima quality resource record time in Ashanti region that the MPP couldn't manipulate the election. Oh, Gigi Sikanama mono no way or minor. Onye nena NDC ba ya wayo. It's not saying self manan konkoye. The machines now watching. And the ono no wahai wabeji free no hono. Machine isi ho dey bia otiaka. Go through the process and release for that person 2 months ni. Okay, near mouse story. Okay, near mouse story. So there is a huge discontent within our party folks on the ground. So nye numbi ayanje appointment in the management because at least only say there's somebody who can talk to near means be near here. And that is the reason why two are very have moved to almost all the regions. And yes, even this year appointment because you can somewhere better than ABP, but at least we're able to talk to them. The expectations many are there. Your person may not get it, but that is not to say BBR said there's a lot of time within throughout. I'm taking upon myself to want to do that because they are NDC in Ghana government far better than the MPP. And the Yanyana NDC international na dollar ya na ya kogrigiri aba for me and businessmen almost near about for the first time in history of Ghana businessmen go for a buying because dollar na eba I mean see that and do manage it. There's insecurity in this country Akuffo in your complete there but at least we confidence na then apa anya hwekura kujo your education you must go back to 3 times and una ne yinim nya na ye go school or to school on one year for us watching a brabe fa oban or upper west how is that person going to come, how are you going to manage? But at least nyuma bi is sankakra ne get fan near the ye cap na free ho skakakra bam to contractors and no mu ye adwuma wo honma all these things are good signs that the NDC should be in government. But being in government and the people who sacrificed and your mind be animal is cow. So if you have a power now to me identify the 1, 2, 3 people or muka krana no more during the MPP time no and their support too. Are you a good person or a bad person? This is what is happening in Ghana today. Because some of the appointees and so on, they were not part of the struggle. Nti onu nim san Akuffo wi ene bra o yeden ebre people who stayed overnight election time anajo yani say ankata ade chi anopa na police for the 2 patrol vehicles tundra kakrakanu mienu fully armed on the begume officer baku jina joint ya IGP that time no regional commander I was chief gopana mo don abegume onu pa mu mo nko ko mu hwe ade na ne wo ne kwa na adwo no akọ awun say anyone go we deployed people. And I do not our office now one year old intel. We didn't sleep. We deployed people to go and check that Obiang Ghana near the emphasis. Almost about 70 Land Cruisers, pickups, Tundras, whatever, will do from that office. I'll pay a waste of time. They are in there, and they will make sure that will be in Chinchim. Yes, about to you better a banana can prepare. But as any parodo saying a day, police for a Yoko generation. Me, I'm the first person to vote every time on police station. Me too about complex. Because when I'm a tenor, me the two about my first time, and I'm seeing change police station in that. Me na me wo ho answer electoral commission ababia me wo ho answer electoral commission dey in your manner dey aba because election night I don't sleep the be me rounds so then I go and end up at my polling station ma check ra 4 o'clock na me to me car light na me so ato easy for no so no mo dey here almost sorting this time the same thing me we operation in that time na track ballot papers no tiana ajuno ni pana
commander
e wie ya me kodru me ho me Dakar no say am tiana bang 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 4 o'clock me roll glass ne ko ya me car no soldier for two ma ya twa ho eden ehia and so what is the problem? I say they have been asked to come because a car has entered the barracks. So this is a polling station. We are ready to come and vote. So no, Commander Nijina baby no I see. It was no. She said the car. You should go ahead and search. No search. Command report to say car is safe. One tear say on one casa so by we just touch no. Or they go through nini na. That's why I make it call. Mama signal. So yes, sometimes they go by signals. Say go come 2 pickups. But how many people were traced by military in the election? Yeah, but some people were targets. If we are unable to identify these people and try to help them make their lives a little bit better than they know. I always say a braille in opposition was because Nipa or Mubet Nahua Buaya Mayasaba Power, they were not resourced. And the difficulty is how to move. In opposition or in our first government to be repeating them this time around. Nipa na Buaya. And their sofa umusu. I'm not here. When it comes like that, we will get up. We will fight you. A do stage bia. Yanya yebeko a tax force for no machine now machine on the bar. Yanya be yamanading.
Commander.
I'm telling you, this is not a threat to, but it is something I am sending out there.
Commander.
Could you just this?
We're a national officer.
No, you see, that is why I stay out of media. Sometimes I'm for I see because the passion to which they hear and your man. You know, now man for I misinterpreting what they are baby. This Saturday, the Hoana, chama by a frame, yeah. Or say ampa February and will be catching and say land be Eastern region. The minus the Mukobo testing. No swane machine, no the koi. Or so about test and BBN. Machine SC a Kuranase. Sa from February. I feel no tell no to know. Omunko no munko fan a machine yet and from bread. A wafa machine area no musi and cocoa quine moi. So you have for action, say Galmasey. Could you almost say Chiana? They are talking about money. It says, as the can one or more man or origin, so common the man or the anchor. Machine can Galmasey Kebeba. But because on also say on you, because at the end of your site in the chain. No, Makoko, the machine I could see in Koko police station. So he called me. And I called in Koko to find out what is it. So I'm the only who will be about one soldier for be there at the end of the day at the buy. So unless soldiers, I have to call. Because you're doing this for a chairman. Me call no Koko catcher and say mobilize your people, get us agents, let them be there. Mun paid you and more mundi when we didn't have money and all these things. Say, minti nyafi ye kura manua ne machine no no de didi ho so yi mu abisine tax force we chinwa yenya mo china, especially when is not perpetuating any illegal activity. They are watching our site or the other different. Kojo, this signal is going to the tax force for. So if they don't reform or more line of operations, no we are my drain say or more the party for non subek yet to say ubia or muhadia, and here your mama will be coming down to be settling scores.
Okay.
Jumedi no aha any de besi e de ama message so be subscribe like jumedi no share ne ma for friends when sanka bi na eja wadwen so ehun hia nti fa share under the comment section nim e fa man se ne be jumedi no e be koso wano e de ama jumedi no sanse mu yibedi a chene de dodo na ayede abro nti wo ne POG Media in details with makram.